Hello.
It's Sylvia.
Mallory.
And we're going to do another K-time.
K-time, story time.
Yeah, K-pop story time.
Yay.
So, it's actually kind of late that we're doing this, now that I'm thinking about it.
It is.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be worth it. This is a good story.
This is the story of how we went to Exo'luxion in
Japan.
Osaka.
Yeah,
Osaka, Japan.
Yeah.
The first thing you should know is that it was not a planned thing.
No.
We did not.
It definitely was not a planned thing.
The whole thing just kind of magically came together, which is why it's still.
Yeah.
Like.
It's kind of like...
I'm still not really sure if it happened, honestly.
I know. It really is one of those things where you're like, wait, did this happen to me? Is
really
this
happen?
real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's start from the beginning. Well, we had vacation days in the month of November. Well, I had to take my vacation days during that time, and Mallory, being the most epic person ever, was like, I'm going to take the same vacation days as you.
I'm not going to go somewhere without you.
I know, I wouldn't have either. So, like, she took the same vacation, the same week as I did. And our plan was to go to Taiwan.
We wanted to go somewhere looking in Asia.
Yeah.
And we had these vacation days. So we were like, all right, let's go to Taiwan. We had friends who said Taiwan was amazing. We had plane tickets. Yeah. We had all this stuff. We bought plane tickets.
Yeah.
And then the night before we were supposed to leave was the Melon Music Awards.
Yeah.
And which we attended in Olympic Park, which was fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
And
we'll talk about that another time.
Yes.
Yeah.
A series of events that included my wallet jumping out of my pocket during the Melon Music Awards. Led to us missing. I mean, we'll just briefly, there were a lot of reasons that we missed our flight to Taiwan the next day.
I think we should actually tell them that story. Okay, so let's put it this way. Okay, so she lost her wallet.
My wallet lost me.
Yeah. It's in the land of wallets. Along with many of my T-Money cards and other lost things. So, she lost her wallet the night before, which was really tragic. And so, because of that, she didn't have any access to any of her funds.
I didn't have a bank card.
Yeah.
So I could only access cash with the bank book. It's kind of complicated. Yeah. Basically, it was really hard for me to withdraw cash.
Yeah. Okay.
From
so
anywhere.
Yeah, it's really so tragic. And our flight was at 5:30, I think. Okay.
PM,
not AM, guys.
No, PM.
So you're like, what? You missed your flight at 5:30 p.m. Yes. So the next day, I remember I was Skyping my parents before going, saying safe trip, blah, 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 blah. And I think I left my house at around, 1 or 2-ish, I wanted to say, or whatever. And so I left my house thinking I had enough time to get to the subway to make it to Seoul Station. So she had enough money to make it to Seoul Station.
I had enough money to make it to Seoul Station. And I got there, and basically I missed...
Well, the plan was for you to take out money using your passbook at Seoul Station.
I was going to take out money, and then it didn't work. The machine didn't work. It was this weird situation where the machine wasn't working. So I could sneak onto a train and literally hide in the bathroom, the train that would take me to Incheon Airport.
Yeah.
So I could miss the flight to
Yeah. But
Tokyo.
Before then, I had missed. So that day was raining. Okay, so when it rains here, taxis go slower, traffic is slower. So while on a regular day I would have made it to Suwon Station on time to make it to my KTX to get to Seoul, I missed it. And so I was like, okay, my other plan now is then to go straight to the airport because there's a bus that runs from my city to the airport. But I
needed money.
And Mallory needed money.
She couldn't get to the airport.
She couldn't get to the airport, so this is where
so I missed the train. I decided not to illegally get on the train.
Which she could have.
Which I could have, and we would have gone to Taiwan.
Yeah, and we would have gone, and we would have gone to Taiwan.
It would have been a beautiful place, and we would have seen some amazing things.
We cried.
Okay, yeah. So I texted Sylvia. I was like, Sylvia, like, I didn't get on the train. I went in the middle of Seoul Station, and I had my backpack with, my flip-flops and my swimsuit and everything, and I just sit down, and I just sat in the middle of the floor and cried in Seoul Station. It's a really busy train station. There's subways, all sorts of things. People milling all around me, and I just didn't care. Like, how do you miss a 5:30 p.m. flight? Like, that's ridiculous.
Meanwhile, I'm crying in the taxi cab back to Suwon Station. I had gone all these ways, and then finally, when I realized we're not going to make it, I was crying in the taxi cab, and the taxi cab driver was like, Kenchana, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, just crying. I'm like, and we're both texting each other and crying, like, and then I'm also like cackling, like, because we're like, how the heck did we miss?
It was so ridiculous.
How the heck do you miss a 5:30 p.m. flight?
So I was just like, Sylvia, maybe this is meant to be. We had 6 or 7 days off. Vacation doesn't necessarily mean going somewhere. It can be just chilling out at home. We could see Seoul more. We could go to music shows we can't usually go to. There's all sorts of things in Seoul that we could do. And our friend was in town too, and that we were going to leave her. So I was like, it's okay, Sylvia. Like, we're not going to see Taiwan. We go to Taiwan another time. This will just be Seoul. So come to Seoul Station and let's have Baskin Robbins and let's talk and cry over ice cream. How does that sound? And then she sends me, she's like, okay. And we're both like, cry, whatever. And then she sends me a text.
Yeah.
That's just like, Mallory, I'm crying, but for a different reason. And this was all in caps lock. I'm crying for another reason. And I'm like, what? And just, and she's like, she was like, do I do something crazy?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then she was like off. Like, she didn't respond for like a full minute, which seems like a really long time when you're sobbing in the middle of a subway station. Like, and she goes, do you want to see EXO in Osaka this weekend? And I just looked at the text and I was like, hell yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because it was a really weak moment for both of us. Like, flying to Japan to see a K-pop group when you already live in Korea, that's ridiculous. That is so completely unwarranted and unnecessary.
Yeah.
But we just missed a flight. A 5:30 p.m. flight to Taiwan.
And we had no plans.
And we had
a week off.
So...
So, in a slew of events that we went from, we now need to find a ticket.
Yeah.
We now need to purchase
all of a sudden,
flight to Japan, to Osaka. And note, we have been to Japan before,
We spent 4 days in Tokyo. So this wasn't like we were going to go, we'll see all these different things in Japan. It was like, literally, we did, okay.
Well, okay. No, we went to a different city.
We went to Kyoto. We saw some beautiful castles and everything. But still, it wasn't like, this is our first time in Japan, and we're just going to see EXO on the side. Like, no. We've been to Japan before.
It was solely for EXO. And we can actually also see these side things. Like, EXO was really the main purpose for this, while the beautiful things were like, we can do that on the side.
Yeah, and tell people that, we went to Kyoto.
Yeah.
Which we did.
But, so, we ended up getting tickets. We ended up purchasing flights on the day of our flight. Because we were poor.
Yes, and we walked up to the... It's one of my personal dreams to just, walk up to an airport desk and be like, ticket to Japan, please. And 2 for this, just hand in your passport instead of booking it online. That's just so much more exciting.
Because you see it in the movies, right?
Because you see it in the movies all the time, right? So we just decided we were going to do that. So the next day, 2 days later, we go and... the lady was like, it's a lot more expensive if you do it this way.
Yeah.
She's like, just do it online. You'll save like $50 or something.
A lot of money we saved.
So we were like, okay. But we did say it. We still said it. And then she just sent us away too.
Yeah. So then I bought it on my phone. So we're literally on the side, literally in the airport. Bought the flight tickets on my phone, and then Mallory.
Oh God!
So Mallory's wallet was still lost, by the way. So she's like, I still don't have any access. So then and she went to go find
a bank.
A bank.
It has to be my personal bank.
Yeah.
And apparently, note, if you're ever in Incheon Airport, there is no NH Bank ATM in Incheon Airport. So I went on an adventure to find some that involved multiple subway stops, and I got dropped off in a grass field. I felt like I was in Kenya, and there were going to be like lions popping out, and I was like, "Sir, there is no NH Bank here." And then all of a sudden, our flight was going to leave in like half hour. So I jumped back on the subway.
And so I'm waiting in this literally by the entrance line through customs. Like, Mallory, we only have a certain time. We only have a certain time to go through customs, and then we have to go. I'm like, we can't miss this flight too. We have tickets. We cannot miss this flight. Like, we cannot miss this flight. Yeah. And then
we need to talk about getting the EXO tickets though. It was really awesome.
Okay.
It was a really special moment.
It was. I don't know if we can really.
I don't think so.
But it was a special moment. We found tickets.
It was found tickets. Special moment between fangirls.
It was, yeah. It was a special moment.
And we had EXO tickets, and we had tickets to Japan, and I was like, I cannot miss this flight.
No, we had tickets to EXO. We were not about to miss this flight.
So I ran through the airport, and I was like sweat everywhere, and like I get to the security, and the guy's like, Ajishi's like, silly foreigner running through the airport. Like, oh boy, I just sobbed at an airport yesterday. You missed it. You missed it. It was good times.
Yeah. So then we were in Japan.
It's a really short flight. And we spent the next few days
perusing around.
Going around.
Osaka,
took it really
Kyoto.
chill. We went to Kyoto. Beautiful place. Saw some beautiful castles.
Yeah.
Went to the Kayamizadera.
Yeah.
Where Jonghyun from SHINee goes in his One Fine Day.
Yeah.
Which is why I knew about it. And there's a special stream you can drink from. Like, you get, like, magical powers drinking from it. And we saw a temple. Oh, what's it called? The one that's covered in gold. Anyway. There's one that's covered in gold. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. It almost looks like... Kyoto's like some city planner was like, look at all these old castles. We should make this entire city into a tourist trap.
Yeah.
And let's put a subway station underneath. So it's like, I don't know, just all these beautiful old castles with roads in between. It's kind of like Disney World almost. Like, you're just there for these beautiful things. And it's done quite well. Highly recommend Kyoto.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, it was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous. And it was autumn, too, so the leaves were starting to change.
Yeah.
Nice for taking pictures.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought it was nice for taking pictures.
A lot of people. No, it was gorgeous. Like, it was really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It was really pretty.
We just took it chill every day.
It was really chill.
Slept in.
Literally, we
went to 2 castles today. All right, I'm tired. Let's go back to the hostel. We slept in different hostels this time.
Yeah, each night it was a different hostel.
We just took it really chill because we really knew the real reason we were there.
Yeah, so we arrived there on a Tuesday or afternoon or something, and then our concert was on Friday.
Yeah, so we just spent the next couple of days perusing around Kyoto.
Yeah. And then we just knew we had to be there for Friday, basically, in Osaka. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, let's talk now. Okay, so fast forward, now it's Friday. So, Friday morning. Oh, so again, like in Korea, it's a thing where, concert days, you spend the whole day there.
At the venue.
It's a thing. Mm-hmm. So, we're like, well,
let's go.
Gotcha. Early in the morning, go straight to the dome. So, it was in the Kyocera Dome. So that day we went and we arrived and there were EXO posters everywhere. I was still kind of in like I knew it was gonna happen, but I didn't know.
It came up so out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You have to understand, like, it was this magical experience where, like, it was almost like all the pieces just like fell right in this perfect puzzle, and we looked at the puzzle and we were like, where did this did this happen?
Yeah.
How did this magical event occur for us?
Yeah.
Just because everything was just so...
Yeah.
Just the concert tickets and the plane tickets. And so the whole thing was kind of surreal. Like, we're walking... At least for me, I was walking around like...
Girl, I was flipping out. I was not okay.
Plus, it's our first concert in Japan, obviously.
Yeah.
So we were excited to see how that compared to Korea, because we went to Exo'luxion in February in Seoul.
Last
March.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a very different experience. And this is funny. So on Twitter, you can constantly change photo cards. You know how albums come with photo cards in them? So I got a Shumin.
Oh yeah. Okay. So actually, this is we should have told this first. Okay, our favorite station is Tennoji.
Tennoji.
And literally the first night we got there, the first place we went to in Japan was Tower Records. Mm-hmm. And this is how she got Shumin. So, EXO had special individual albums in Japan too. Not like, it's different than Korea. So, obviously, I got Kai.
Mr. Kai.
All right, let me take it out.
Sir Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un. Beautiful. Kai. So pretty. And you open it up. Oh, who's in there? Oh, he's in there. You open it up and it's really pretty. And I think it says, does it say Kai on it? Yeah, it says Kai on it.
Backwards,
but you can kind of see it. It says Kai. And you open it and then you see, oh, well, there he is. Oh, there's Suho too. Okay, well, there's Kai. Yeah, there's Kai. We can show him. It's fine. It's like, there's Kai, but we'll tell you how I got Kai.
That's another story.
That's after. But and then you can open up his book and look through it, and he's beautiful, and it's perfect. Anyways, obviously these all came with different photo cards.
Yes. And my favorite is Chen.
Yeah.
So I bought the Chen album.
Yeah.
But it came with a Shumin photo card. Yeah. So everyone on Twitter was looking to trade photo cards. Yeah. You can hold these. That's like a thing, is trading photo cards. And all the people were meeting up at the Kyocera Dome the next day to trade the photo cards. So I'm like, perfect, and Shumin is really popular.
Yeah.
So I put up that in Korean that I wanted Chen and I would trade a Shumin for, and I got a couple, really fast people. I was like, oh, my baby Jungdo, I will take you forever.
Yeah.
I want all of the Jungdos. Just come. Yeah. So I talked to this one girl, and we decided we were going to meet up at the Kyocera Dome the next day. So Friday day comes, and basically I spent, after we'd gotten stuff, but I spent pretty much all of my day sitting in a Starbucks waiting to hear from this girl, which I never heard from her. So
yeah. So okay. So
I still have Shumin.
So she still has Shumin. But
if anyone wants to trade, I have Shumin.
So when we first got there, we saw this line. So we saw this line, and we saw a lot of people outside holding up stuff, and we didn't know why they were holding up stuff, and later we found out why. But first we saw this line, and we saw the line for the goods, and we're like, okay, this is obviously the line that we need to be in, right? Yeah, so
taking out the yen. Yeah, this is what I got my yen for.
So I forget which line. Did we stay in the line for? I think we first stayed in the line for the goods first, for the light stick. So the line for the actual light stick wasn't actually that long. It was pretty short. Mm-hmm. This is a light stick.
Exoplanet backwards.
Yes.
The Exo'luxion.
There look at that.
Oh, perfect.
Look at that. This is their Japanese light stick. It blinks.
It blinks.
As most of them do. So we got the light stick. And the funny thing is, Mallory was like, okay, I'm just going to get the light stick.
Yeah, because I didn't bring that much money with me. Actually, I was spending all of your money because I couldn't access my money.
It's fine.
So I was like, I'm just going to get the light stick because the light stick is necessary. And I already bought the album, so I didn't need anything else.
Basically, I went and spent my yen, and then she just comes up after, and she's like,
Same.
I
was just like,
literally same. I was like, what happened?
But I didn't get this.
No, yeah. So I got a mirror. It says it's like EXO. So you can open it, and it's a mirror, and
you can see us with it.
Can you see it?
Beta.
Inception. So I got a mirror, and I didn't buy this at Tower Records, but I wanted it, and then at the actual Dome, I was like, okay, I'm buying it now. It's done. So I bought. There's a DVD and CD version of "Love Me Right" in Japanese, And it basically is the same as a CD, except it comes with the making of DVD, and so I bought it.
Which is so funny.
Which is... You should watch it.
Highly recommend.
There's a part
There's people in sweaters. Yeah. There's certain people making fools of themselves. Yeah.
And this also comes with a...
poster.
With a poster and a photo card as well, so it was good to, you know... so I bought this, and then I also bought. So there is this like special like
event
thing. This thing
that they were giving out, and you bought one.
Yeah. Wait, was this the long line? Oh, this was the long line one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then after we got the goods, there was like a long line, like a long line,
zigzagged all the way around,
and we're like, what the heck? Like, why is there like a zigzag?
So we're like, line.
Yeah.
We're going to get in it.
Yeah, and so we got in the line, and it turns out it was because they're selling this, like, special thing that apparently... Anyways, what it basically is, it's just Love Me Right. It's just the actual single. But what made it special is you got these, like... You got a different face. And actually, this is the only time I think this has happened in my life. I got Kai.
I wish I'd filmed that reaction.
I would like literally scream. I was like, "Oh
my
god!"
Flipped out, and we're in public. Granted, we're with XOL, so it's not like a huge deal to flip out with other fangirls. But she was like, ah!
This is like the only time this has happened. Like I've never gotten, and like
so it's a CD. And
it's a CD.
The single is inside, and he's like on the back.
Yeah.
Cute. Look at them all, little babies.
I know. And also, when you bought stuff, you got like little stickers. So, okay, here's a funny story. When I first got my Kai CD, I got Chanyeol. And both of our relationship with Chanyeol is kind of like, it's kind of weird. It's like we've had moments with Chanyeol, like
I'm back.
Yeah, we've had different moments with Chanyeol, like during Dream concert and like other stuff. Like not like moments, but like he's seen us.
We have
he's seen us, and he's been very Chanyeol-ish. Chanyeol's, you know, we love Chanyeol, but like
I went through a record phase with Chanyeol.
Yeah.
That phase is over now.
My God, when he sang,
when he tried to take us to Hong Kong.
No, okay, yeah. That's but at the XOL concert, he sang in Korea. He sang "All of Me." Okay,
oh, that's when I died.
Yeah,
I died, and that's when when he was wrecking it, and he had his arms all of a sudden, and like. He went from being this little piece of, like,
the cutie
pasta to being this piece of linguine. Yeah. Like, he kind of was just all of a sudden, like, had these... When I'm like, what? Yeah. Chanyeol, where did you come from?
But then he rapped.
That's gonna get us disliked.
Okay, no. Okay. I don't mean it, like, rapped in general, but then he rapped on Unpretty Rap Star, okay? And if you guys haven't read the actual translation of his Unpretty Rap Star
lyrics,
I'm a big XOL. Like, I'm not hating on Chanyeol. I have a love-hate relationship with him. I really like him, but like this aspect of Chanyeol, I'm kind of still getting used to.
So every time we open a card, every time it's Chanyeol related, we just die.
Yeah, because
it's Chanyeol.
Look up the lyrics, okay? Look up Chanyeol on Pretty Rap Star and look up the lyrics and you'll know what I mean, okay? So we're like, oh god. So I was like, oh god, it's Chanyeol. Like, oh my god. And then anyways. And then when I got this, I got Chanyeol. Again.
She gets Chanyeol all the time. We both do.
No,
I got Chanyeol sing for you. Like,
yeah, she got Chanyeol sing for you. Like all the time. Like all the time. So I was like, what is this? So after we got all this stuff, what people were doing outside,
Oh, well the thing is, like, I consider myself to be an XOL. I flew to Japan to see them. Yeah. But I'm not like, you know, I'm more of a Shawa. I'm wearing shiny color again today.
Yeah. You're always
So, yeah, I always am. But somehow, because I ended up walking out of Japan with this version of Love Me Right and the lay version of Love Me Right And the Chen version of Love Me, right? When really I only needed one of them. But I ended up walking out with all three. So my EXO bias is Chen. And he looked so good in the Japanese promos.
Yeah, he did.
With his little, like,
White
schoolboy.
and, like, rolled sleeves.
I saw Chen arms.
Oh, okay, that's later. Okay, so, anyways, what people were doing outside, I've never seen this in Korea, ever. Well, at least maybe I just haven't noticed it, but, like, what people were doing outside in Japan, they were lifting up their photo cards or, like, their, like, whatever, like, these.
Oh, and I got Chen, remember that? I got
she got Chen.
Like, ah!
Yeah.
I freaked out.
Yeah, she got Chen. That was cute. She got Kai, actually. This is how I got Kai.
Yeah.
Because she got Chen and Kai. That's how I got Kai. And I screamed.
Freaked out. And I laughed really hard.
And so what people were doing, actually, during this event was for the things, for, like, these things, people were actually
because this is random.
This is random, so you don't know who you're going to get. So people were lifting it up, and, like, they were trading for their member that they wanted. So people would lift it up. And so what I ended up doing was I lifted up, I had Chanyeol and Sehun. So I literally lifted up Chanyeol and Sehun.
And walked around.
Like this.
And it was, like, Japanese and Korean girls all just milling around this dome. Everyone just walking around, shouting things. And then you'd see, I loved watching people, like, find each other, you know, and it was so cute. They're like, oh, yay!
Yeah. So, literally, I was walking around looking for someone. Yeah, for a long time. For someone.
And I was in Starbucks waiting for homegirl.
Yeah. But finally I found someone that wanted Sehun, and she had Kai. So she's like, oh, like, trading? And I was like, oh my god! And she's like, oh, you're so cute! I was like, oh my god, you're so cute! Like, I don't, like, man, like, I was, like, so happy, because I was, like, outside for, like, a long time.
It kind of was raining a little bit.
It's raining.
So it was pretty intense,
So finally I got him, and I was like, and this is the only one I have of him. This is the only Kai photo card I have, actually. There's another story I have. That's a different story. One day I'll tell you guys a story of how I almost got Kai Sing For You version.
Keyword almost.
Almost. I'll tell you that story. That's not a really happy story. But it is an interesting story.
A hilarious story. Like, it's one of my very favorite things that's ever happened to you.
We actually considered telling the story, like, the very first story we ever told, because it was actually very recent that this happened. Also, I forgot, we got...
we got these,
We got luggage tags, and it says, there's different ones for different different days in Japan. So this one was for the Osaka one.
Is this one backwards too?
Yeah, this color was for Osaka. They had different colors for Tokyo Dome and, like, I think, like, Fukuoka or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's all here.
Yeah.
Fukuoka.
Yeah, they had different colors. So this is almost shiny.
Almost shiny colored. So then I was like, same.
So
all right, I'll get the luggage tag too.
And then, okay, in Japan, they have these machines, right?
Little gumball machines type thing, but they sell like little toys in them.
Yeah. So it's actually a huge thing over there.
Yeah,
like
giant walls of them, anime.
Yeah. But they had EXO.
They had an EXO one.
Okay, and
this is a cute. Didn't I get?
Yes,
this?
you got this. Kai. Yeah, she got Kai. She's there for me.
I'm always
like we'll go to this gumball machine in like a Tower Records or something, and we did it. I think I got Dio.
Yeah.
And then she got Kai, and she traded, obviously. She's the best. And so I got a Kai, like, t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. So that's our goods. We spent all of our yen on EXO-related things.
Yeah. So basically the entire day we were there just getting stuff.
Trading with girls. Then the Japanese fans were so sweet and nice. There were some Korean fans there, too.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
But it was mostly Japanese.
Yeah.
There were probably some Chinese, too.
Oh, yeah.
But it was mostly Japanese.
Yeah, it was mostly Japanese there. Okay.
So, let's do the actual concert now. Time for the concert.
Okay.
Yay.
So, we didn't know, when we first found these tickets, we knew that they were floor tickets. We just didn't know where. So, in Japan, when you get tickets, it's a lottery.
It's a lottery.
So, you don't actually know the map until literally the day of.
Yeah. And so you pay, everyone pays the same amount for a floor ticket, but then where it is on the floor, you don't find out till
later.
Right as you walk into the venue.
Yeah.
Which prevents, in Korea, it's all hot mess, first come, first serve, running around, screaming, running people over.
Yeah.
But in Japan, it was very orderly. A lot of differences in Korea and Japan. It was fascinating. But in Japan, you just don't know, so that prevents the whole first come, first serve, prevents the, when we talked about the SPS Gaios with the trading online, it just prevents all of that from happening, so it makes everything very orderly, everything very calm.
Yeah. Unless you have, insider information or something like that.
Which some girls, of course, do.
Some girls do, and, but most of the time you don't really know.
So we had floor tickets, but we had no idea what that meant. And
so when we found these tickets, it was actually, I think for Tokyo Dome, these tickets were supposed to be, right in front of the main extended stage. The center extended stage in Tokyo Dome.
But we were in Kyocera Dome.
But we were in Kyocera Dome, and we just didn't know. But we knew they were floor, and at the time we're like, we need tickets, so we got them. And so we didn't know where they were.
So this is a story of our lives. We have the K-pop gods just shower us with their blessings. They're like, you guys work so hard for everything that you do. You flew to Japan. We're going to give you good seats, right? So we walked in, and we're walking, and we saw on the map as we show them our tickets that our seats weren't in the front like they were in Tokyo Dome. We weren't. Yes. They were going to be on the side, and we're like, okay, just like in Gaia's, we're going to be on the side. It's okay, we've had EXO fan service and EXO things before, this is great, right? But then we keep walking and walking and walking, and we it was lawn chairs lined up by section, and we sat down, and we were 2 seats, and the extended stage was about, 7 or 8 feet away, and it was really,
tall.
It was really tall. This thing was really tall. And at first I was like, what is that? I'm like, it's going to block our view of the main stage. What is this giant tall thing?
Yeah, we didn't know what this... Okay, we saw this big black thing right beside us, okay?
Yeah.
There's chair, bam. And those are our 2 chairs, black thing that's tall. And we're like... And we sat down and we're like, we can't even see the main stage. What is this black thing?
Yeah, and then I'm like, Sylvia, that's the stage. That is the stage. It was literally smaller than a room away from us. And
it was close.
And she...
Oh my God. I cried.
She lost it.
I cried. I literally cried. I literally fell, and I was oh my God, that's not the stage. I literally had to stand up, and I was like, and
I was, of course, kind of crazy too, but like I said, we react differently to things.
Yeah.
So I was just like...
Oh,
and she was like...
Yeah, I was not... It was the extended stage. It was right there, right beside us. And, it's not even we were we're a few chairs away from that.
No, we were the 2 chairs next to it.
Right next to it.
The 2 chairs next to it.
And we're like, what is going on?
What is life?
No. And I was like, wait, that's where the water scene is going to happen. That's where, they're going to do El Dorado over there. I'm like, this is
because we've been to Exo'luxion before.
Yeah,
so
we went to... So we knew, but, I was like, no. I was like, no. I was not okay, guys. I will put the picture, but I was
she cried.
I cried. I'm actually going to cry thinking about it right now. This makes me so happy.
It was a really sweet moment.
Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God, guys. When we go next in April
we're going to their encore concert in March. In Seoul.
Yeah.
And we're going to Shiny World 4 in April.
Guys, you're going to see a whole different side of Mallory. That's a later story. That hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet.
But it will.
I am ready for it.
But anyway, so we were right beside the stage, guys. Okay? And so now... This is stage 1 of Sylvia's freak out, okay? So we're sitting down, and we're, freaking out, and we're just, now we're there, and we're like, well, this is going to happen. They're going to be right there again, and it's yeah.
We're like, this is our lives.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
So
there are some really cute Japanese girls all around us, and I think one thing we've discovered in Korea is that everyone has different reactions towards foreigners or even reactions towards each other. It's kind of like dog eat dog, especially on the floor, because you're all trying to get as close as possible.
Yeah.
But because this was seated, and everyone stood up, but because it was seated, everything was very calm and orderly. I think that's kind of part of Japanese culture.
It was very calm.
And it's because like there was a translator, but because like the Japanese girls don't speak Korean, we're not like fluent in Korean, so all of us were just kind of like, we're here, we love EXO, we're not really sure what's going on, but we love EXO, and because of that there was kind of like a bond. There wasn't that like weird fierce protective thing that Korean EXO-Ls have over them.
It's just different fan culture.
It's so different.
It's a different fan. Like, Korean fans are very loyal and they're very passionate, and I think I actually fit in really well with them because I'm really passionate. I get really fangirly. So, so I felt kind of... It felt kind of strange.
It was very different.
Very different.
I felt different too.
Me too. And we were seated beside these two cute fangirls. One of them was a Chenyo fan, and the other was like a Kai fan, like me.
And one was a Xiumin fan, so I gave her my card because the girl never showed up. So I gave her my Xiumin card.
Yeah,
she cried.
They were really cute, and they were so really nice. But one of them, and one of them was a Kai fan too. So there was like three. There's like the two, and then there's the one behind us. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, we're like, okay, we're ready for like Kai to come, and like we're like, yes. And then, anyways, so this is before, and then
the lights went down,
and it started.
Yeah.
And it started, and it was, I don't even...
Okay, well, one thing, so there was like a large gap. So, in concerts, they go around on these giant moving trucks, and they stand up there and throw things. That's like how wide it was between us and the stage. Like, it was like literally like, we're talking like 8 feet. So they were right there. Like, we could see the acne on Kai's face. There was one point where Kai dropped his...
Oh, God.
He stopped.
Oh, my God. I'm not okay. Okay.
He stopped right there.
Guys.
And he dropped his little...
Okay. So Kai... Okay. No. There's a reason why. Okay. So this is another reason why we're so blessed. Okay. During that time, they were filming, apparently.
Yes, okay.
They were filming, and a lot of the times, the camera, you would see the camera walk through that space. Mm-hmm. And so they would always be moving wherever EXO was. And it always just so happened
to be
right
next to us. Literally, like,
so
it's close to this.
Literally,
camera hit me a couple times.
Yeah, literally.
And, performers are trained to find the camera and sing into the camera.
Yeah.
So when we're right next to the camera.
And we're just like, like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Another thing is Japanese fans are very calm and collected. Yeah. And Sylvia and I, we're not Korean fans, but we're not calm and collected either. So we're like, screaming, we're singing along. So all the time.
The camera would be there. And then all the time, they would just see us.
They would just look at us and be like,
yeah.
And like, they would just like laugh or like
smile.
Just like smile. They're like, who are those crazy girls right there? Weird.
So
They're weirdos.
So like, this is during like after their like Christmas scene or something like that.
Before Sing For You, this was Miracles
No, this was and this is after their Christmas one, and they were supposed to do it. This is after their costume change, and when they do the screen and Anyways, so this is after their concert change, and they're coming, and then I know Kai. Every time Kai like
she died,
and so Kai had mistakenly forgotten to take out his like booties. So he stopped like right next to us, and he like looked down, and he's like, "Oh," and we're just like laughing. We're all of us are like, like, you forgot to take off your booties, and so he's like taking it off, and the camera's like right there, and he's like taking off these booties,
and he dropped his little,
and then he dropped his light stick. And then he, like, stopped, and I was like, you can take mine. And then, like, he dropped his light stick. I actually have a moment saved where he's dancing with the light stick, and I'll insert the Tumblr link, but I have that. Remember that Tumblr link? You can actually see us in the crowd. There's a fan cam, and he's like in there. He's like right by this extended, and you can see us in that fan cam. We're there right beside.
So there were so many times they'd skip by that extended shade. Baekhyun, of course, is so fan servicey, smiling. We love Baekhyun. Always get some good Baekhyun.
All of EXO saw us.
They all just died.
All of us. There
was 2 parts in particular, besides the Kai part, that were pretty wild. Besides that, for us,
so
one part. So like we said, the camera was right there. So they did the Drop That song. And during it, there's like a fan chant type thing.
You were doing that first? No, you should say that for last. Okay, the first one.
No. This is the Jumbotron one. That's what I was.
Oh, wait. I thought you were going to talk about the chant.
No.
That's last?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
We'll just do this one right now.
Okay, but that's Sehun.
No, I'm not talking about that.
That's the same part. Remember? That's the same moment.
No,
because he's like EX, and that's Drop That.
Okay.
Because that's the best one. Okay, no, we have to talk about Chen. Okay, no. The Chen has to come first, because there's a reason. Because this entire time we've seen EXO, we have not had any Chen fan service.
We've seen EXO a lot.
Yeah.
So, and we hadn't... Freaking Chen has, like, he has muscles now, right? And I've seen fan cams of him in other countries, like, with the shirtless. But in Korea, he's never taken off. Like, I've never seen his arms. So it was, like, my goal to see Chen arms. I was like, Chen, you are going to take off your sleeves, and I'm going to see your arms. Yeah. And he heard me. No, he didn't actually hear me, but he heard my prayers. And so he had shirtless Chen, and he was right there, just skipping around, singing, and I'm just like, hallelujah!
Him and Chanyeol did Playboy right beside him.
Oh my gosh, it was them.
It was the funniest.
Right there.
It was the funniest, because, like, Sehun and Kai obviously are, like, I would have died if they were there, but, like, Chen and Chanyeol were equally as entertaining in a different way.
They're just ridiculous.
They were just ridiculous.
So funny.
They were just, like, playing. But, he came up to us. Or he was right there again because the camera's there.
Singing to the camera.
And we were there, and we're like, Chen, we love you. And there's Chen fans, obviously, in our section, too. And what did he do, Mallory?
I don't remember. He just looked at us, and he was just like...
No. He also did something else.
Tell me.
He winked.
Chen? Oh, yeah. Oh,
he
yeah.
Winked
Sorry,
I
kind of, like...
He winked at us.
I forgot about that.
He smiled, and he's like this or something like that, and he winked while he was singing.
It was the worst.
It was the best.
I totally forgot about that.
That's what I was saying. How could you forget? Chen winked at us. Like, are you joking? Yeah. Like, yeah, I was like...
They were looking at the camera, and we were here. So, like, they were constantly looking at us, and Japanese fans are really calm, and we were like, yeah!
No, like, he was looking, but he was looking, but then he...
looked...
at us, and because this entire time we're
with our lights
looking with, like, and you can tell when they're looking at the camera when you're looking that, like,
when they're that close to you.
Yeah, and then so he definitely, like,
looked over.
He looked just over and he laughed, and then he winked because he's now a god with arms.
Actually, though, like, where did those come from? My precious baby. Why doesn't everyone want your Poca?
Yeah,
I want it.
I think. Well, you got it.
No, I didn't.
What do you mean?
I never got it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's okay. He's in this, like, grotesque orange sweater. Don't need that in my life.
Anyways, okay, now we can go into Drop That.
So then in Drop That, similar thing.
Drop That is a really good song, by the way.
It's so fun.
You should listen to it if you haven't.
Yeah, so there was also another roaming camera, and there's a part where we're like, EXO! Chanyeol's like, trying to get the crowd pumped
when
up.
I say EX, you say O! EXO! Yeah. EXO!
Right.
So they're doing that the entire
time. So they were trying to do that, but the Japanese fans are very calm and collected. So, but we're not. So we were very much...
alive.
EXO! And so then there was, like, Chanyeol went into another verse or whatever. They all went into another verse. And the camera, like, one of the roaming cameras comes, and he, like, starts, like,
looking at us. The camera was in front of our faces. Literally. And we're like, no. All of a sudden, we're like, snaps. We're going to be on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, so it's going to happen. I was just I slipped on the floor the night before. I hadn't, I wasn't wearing mascara. No,
I was not. We were being out for hours.
Wild. We've been out in the rain for hours. We were not,
camera ready.
We were not. But I'm like, all right, here we go. This is happening. I'm like, oh, dear Lord. And so I was just
I refused to look at the camera. I was just if we're on the DVD, if that happens, I refuse. You can see me, but I'm not looking at the camera. I'm like, EXO!
And we saw a glimpse of us. I saw the corner of my eye. We were on the Jumbotron.
And I was like, well, that happened.
Yeah.
But specifically also during that part.
Okay, yes. So then, but the craziest part for me was about little Sehun. Little Sehun wasn't even on the radar for me. I was like, oh yeah, he's cute, but never, he was not a Bishrekker, he was not anything, he was just Sehun.
Yeah. Yeah, Sehun. Okay, so again, they were trying to get the crowd, right? Mm. So Sehun first looked at the collective of us. Okay, first was he saw all of us, right, the collective of us, and he's just looking at the camera, then looking at us, and he's just like, when I say EX, you say O, and so we were obviously EXO.
And then all of a sudden, he wasn't looking at everybody.
Yeah,
he was just he looked at the camera, and then his eye just slid over, and it was hello, eyes locking, right? This is not a joke. No, we were close enough. We were close enough to when someone's that close to you, when they're looking at you. And it was he wasn't looking away, right? So he just, he put his eyebrows up and he was just and so I didn't know what to do, right? So I just did the same thing. I was just just did it back to him. Yeah. Because it was Sehun. If it was Kai or Chen, I would have died. But it was Sehun who
oh God, if Kai, you probably would have fainted on the
I would have. Yeah. I was Sehun, right? And then he just eyes for a full 4-5 seconds.
Whatever.
Which sounds
whatever how long it took him to say, when I say EX, you say O.
EXO. And it was looking at me when he did it, and I was okay, EXO. So basically, Sehun and I had sex for a long time, and so now Sehun is probably right after 10. How could he not be?
It happened, guys. It was beautiful. It was magical. As if, already it wasn't enough. We were, happy enough that, oh my God, he's looking at us, he's doing the EXO, but no,
just because, he'd been scanning, everything, and then, bam!
Eye contact.
Oh, God.
It's the best. When it's only, when you know it's only that he's looking only at you, and you're just yep.
You're just well, I'm pregnant with twins.
Yes. Probably more, if it was possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it is possible. It is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
those are the craziest moments.
They would be constantly around, going again, on those high things, and they'd be going around and handing out, giving out stuff. We saw the water version. Kai was on the other side. We kind of figured that, but Sehun was on our side, so we saw almost naked Sehun on our side.
He's the worst.
Also, the stage was going up. It lifted up and down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's this part in the beginning, I think, of the concert where Kai brought a piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
And he tried really hard to say this in Japanese.
It was so cute.
And then in the end on the paper it said open mind or something. He's me. I was me, open mind or something in Japanese, and then in English or something. It was so strange. And I was what are you...
Baby
what?
Kai, he tried so
hard. I know,
hard.
but it was adorable. So I was okay. It was so cute.
It's so
I'm
funny.
this is probably preview for you, the American tour, you lucky people.
So anything else about the actual concert? It was amazing. They did all of their songs.
Oh, after Miracles in December, the crowd.
Yes, this was fascinating.
Yeah.
So, Miracles of December is beautiful, sad song, right? So, in Korea and the Exo'luxion in Seoul, everyone like screamed, yeah! You know, that was just great, ready to go.
And you could hear the Koreans
Saranghae!
like sporadically in that concert.
You'd hear like the one Korean
run
up on third row.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then the Japanese would just be like,
okay.
So after Miracles of December, all of a sudden they just clapped.
They clapped.
They
Full
clapped.
on. Not even screamed. They're just like.
There's no screaming. There's just like.
As if they just saw like someone like
orchestra,
an orchestra, and they're like, "You did a good performance."
And I'm just like, "What kind of concert am I at?"
And we were like, "What?" Oh, okay. Clapping.
Which is fine, but like it was just so mind blowing. We're so used to these Korean concerts.
Yeah.
To go to a Japanese club, we're like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a fascinating, different experience. Like, different fan culture.
So different culture. It's like almost like the Japanese fangirls kind of have this like, not wall, but just this kind of like respect to them. Like, you're a performer and I'm the audience and I paid to see you perform and I love you so much and I'm just going to cheer for everything you do. Whereas it seems like the Korean fans are like, you are mine, like Oppa, like we are going to get married.
Yeah.
Beckett and Oppa, Saranghae, like it's just, the wall is not there.
No.
The wall is not there.
Which I understand.
Yeah, right. We've kind of come to that mindset.
Yeah. I think, and it's also just because, like, you know, we've just been immersed in the Korean fan culture
exactly.
for so long.
Exactly.
Like, but you know, it's kind of bad. Actually.
You become what you are around.
Yeah. So like, no, but the Japanese, they're very respectful.
It was so
very
nice.
good.
I really enjoyed it, and I think EXO did too.
No,
they were so happy and like.
It's probably why Shiny's there all the time.
I know. Yeah. Oh, so excited.
Yeah. So like it was definitely very different in that regard.
Mm-hmm. And so then at the end. They lit off streamers and glitter and everything, and there was all these things that fell in the center that we were like, oh, we wish we had one of those, kind of, or whatever.
Yeah.
So we walked out, and one of our new Japanese friends went and talked to some other girls and like said something in Japanese, and we're like, oh, whatever. We kept walking, and then she came back and she brought us like little streamer things. Little streamer things. And she'd like asked, this is what had fallen in the middle of the stadium, and she just like asked some girls to like get it for us, and the Japanese fans were so nice.
So
we didn't ask for it. Like she just went and found some girls and brought it to us.
Also, because again, we said that the camera was always like usually right there beside us. Like one of the girls were like showed me her phone after the concert. She's like, "Did it hurt?" And I'm like,
"It was like a translate thing."
Yeah, and I was like, "Did
the camera hurt when it shoot?
Yeah, it didn't shoot you when it shoots you or hits you or something like that." And I was like, "The camera hit me?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" Was I so immersed that I didn't notice the camera hit me? And I was like, "No, what?"
And then we realized later she was right behind us when we were on the Jumbotron. So
yeah, and so she really meant, she's like, were you embarrassed?
Yeah,
by like
and
the fact that you were on the Jumbotron, and we're like,
no, like we should be embarrassed, but.
One of the girls was like, well, who's your favorite? And she said someone I forget, and I was like, my favorite's Kai, and she's like, I know. You know when you love someone too much when everyone else knows how much you love them too.
I forgot about that. Oof.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's about it.
So then the concert ended, and so because of all those wild things that happened, we were obviously not in the right mindset. So after the concert, we decided to not sleep anywhere. And also, we were dead broke at this point.
Literally. Like I bought 3 copies of Love Me Right in Japanese.
I had bought so much stuff, and like we had spent so much money on food because the food there is delicious. And so we literally had I don't even know how much yen we had, but we didn't have enough yen.
5 yen.
Yeah. Literally, like, so we decided to spend the night out in Namba.
Wandering around Dotonbori.
And
we were so out of it. Just like, did that just happen? Did I just
Yeah.
have eye sex with Sehun? Were we just on the Jumbotron? Did Kai forget his booties? Like,
Yeah.
we were just like, we weren't even really talking to each other. We were just kind of like wandering around. And I bought ice cream at some point.
Yeah.
And we didn't really realize that we were in kind of
the escort service, if you will.
The escort service. Also, we're looking around and we're like, what? Wait.
The escort. The red light district,
Whoops.
if you will.
Whoops.
Yeah, so in Japan, hosts and hostesses are a thing. And I still want to go to a host club. I even though at some point, maybe when I'm rich, but like I want to know what it's like. But like anyways, there's a bunch of like guys and girls miling about, and they're clearly not.
They look like anime characters.
Yeah, they look like anime characters, and they're just miling about, and we're just walking.
So we were just walking, and all of a sudden these old Japanese men, not entirely sober, had a little bit of sake. Were like
a little too much.
Sake. He was like, I don't know.
They're
Christina!
both.
And he like goes to like hug me, and I'm eating ice cream, and I'm thinking about Sehun, and I'm like, this guy is like coming at me. I'm like,
well, his friend is doing the same thing to me. He's just like, oh,
it was really dangerous.
Like it was really now
dangerous.
Thinking back, not a good idea,
really
guys.
Dangerous.
So they're both like, they're like, oh, come and like hang out with us, and we're like, no, I'm like, no,
and then as the seconds went by, I'm like, wait, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm just like pushing him away. I'm like,
but still like, no, just go away.
Because
like,
we were so out of it. We just were thinking about,
and we're just like, no, and we just walked, and then we ended up I don't know how, but we ended up then
we ran away.
Then later we're like,
that was really dangerous.
That was actually really bad. And normal me would have like probably kicked his ass for like getting
and I just had like ice cream.
I
was like, who is this? Where's Sehun? Like what?
Yeah, no. So,
yeah.
Like it's their fault. Like it's their fault. This is like another thing we got. Like it's just their dang fault.
Luckily we made it out alive.
Yeah, and then we spent the whole night outside,
wandering around a McDonald's and a Starbucks, another Starbucks that's open all night.
Yeah,
and we just spent the day in the airport the next day, so we wouldn't miss our flight.
Oh, yeah. We didn't. Yeah, that was
It was raining, so we just stayed in the airport all day, and then we came back. And that's the story of like us going to Japan to see EXO. That I'm not really sure still if it happened. Like honestly, I forgot about the Chen Wing thing. Like,
how can you forget?
Because I always forget. I think about Sehun and the Jumbotron, and like I know I saw Chen Arms, but like I don't know. There's just so much that happened that I
like took it all in. I will never forget. I think they took my tickets, but I think I have a picture of it somewhere. Maybe I'll put it somewhere in this video, maybe. But the tickets were actually really cool too. Like they had their like faces. It was like where I was in Korea, it wasn't as pretty, but
the Japanese
ones were pretty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was an hour long.
Whoa.
Us in Japan.
Yeah, I'd probably cut this in half.
It just us rambling on.
Or maybe we'll put the whole. No, we shouldn't put the whole hour on.
I don't know. Maybe.
That would be, you guys. I mean, if we did put the hour long and you guys are still watching, then
you're champions.
You are epic.
You deserve all the good things in life.
Yeah. May the K-pop gods bless you with all their wishes and blessings.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
anyways. But anyways, that was a K-time. That was an epic. That was one of our epic K-times.
But that was one of them. So many though.
There are so many more.
Okay.
But yeah, until next time, guys. Bye bye.